tap into the power of the Block M. There are a lot of great alumni out there in whatever area of the industry or area of the world you're interested in. So tap into the Block M. Use it as a connection point to make new friends, to reach out and network or find opportunities in the area of field that you're passionate about. The things that you do here can really have real world application, and
Genuinely.
you can take advantage of the time here to study things that you're really interested in pursuing when you leave here.
Yeah.
So try not to just use it as a time to get whatever credits you need, but find some classes and some courses that will absolutely stay with you in the years to come.
What's up, guys? Angel here. You're watching A2 on Champ Media. I'm joined by Ben Lyons, Michigan alum.
Go Blue, let's do it.
We're so excited. We're going to be walking around Ann Arbor. Come on. I'm good. So how's it feel reminiscing? We're going to be walking around campus, looking at the old memories, some new memories.
It's great. It's always great to come home for a football game and be here on campus. It is a strange feeling, though, coming back and being like, oh, that place is new, or oh, they didn't have that when I was here. It is strange coming from New York City to see a Joe's Pizza here.
We stole that from you guys.
They still make a great slice here in Ann Arbor as well. But yeah, no, it's great to see you, and I know I'm watching all your stuff on Champ Media, and it seems like you're having a lot of fun here.
Yeah, we're having a lot of fun. This year is definitely different with the young blood on the football team, and the girls sports are killing it this year, and we just have so many talented athletes and people on campus. Like you said, there's so many new things and new people, and yeah, we're just having fun down here in A2, so we're glad we can bring you back.
No, I love always when you go to the football games, they highlight all the other sports programs that are having success, and you realize just how incredible this athletic program is. Where have you been in your travels where being a part of the Block M and Champ Media has, gotten you recognized, or somebody you connected with somewhere?
So it's actually so interesting because I'm first gen, so I didn't understand how this college camaraderie really exists and how it functions. But
crazy,
especially with a place like Michigan, the alumni base is so crazy. So I'm a professional dancer. I dance and I also do sports broadcasting. And getting to step out in LA especially, the Michigan base is huge there. I mean, you have old men yelling at you, "Go Blue," across the street anytime you're wearing the Block M. I love it. And it's just such a conversation starter. Even for the people who don't go to Michigan, the rivalries run so deep, so you get an Ohio State fan and they just mean mug you right away. You just say you go to Michigan, but I love it.
You mentioned the LA connection. My roommate here, my sophomore year, was an LA kid, and so that kind of really tapped me into the West Coast. And in the summer times, I go visit him and his friends, and then ended up living out there for a long time and working out there, and so, I can kind of connect the DNA of my life and career, obviously, to the relationships and friendships I made right here in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, absolutely. My roommate too. I mean, we're twinning. My roommate was from California. She was from Palo Alto, so more NorCal. I was from SoCal growing up, but yeah, no, the connections, especially in California, I love it. So stepping away from Michigan, what was your favorite thing that you come back to now and you still see as similar traditions? What do you love coming back to?
I love stopping by my old spot here on South Forest where we used to live. Obviously, I love a great sandwich at Zingerman's. A little fancier than I could afford always when I was here on campus, but it was always a treat, and so I was trying to make a Zingerman stop.
Were you Zingerman's or Maize n Blue?
Zingerman's, even though Maize n Blue is down the block. I know.
Maize n Blue has my heart, but Zingerman's is really good.
There's a lot of great food obviously here in Ann Arbor, and a lot of great spots. And for coming back for a football game now, just the tradition of it, right? It's so incredible, and seeing the next generation run with it, seeing folks like yourself tell those stories on social media. I was walking through the Diag here, and I took my AirPods out, and I straight up was like, yo, they didn't have these when I was here. That's crazy.
No way. Are you an old soul? What year did you graduate?
I'm working on that honorary degree here at the University of Michigan, but I was here for what I like to say, the John Navarre years. I was here when John Navarre was quarterback.
Real old school. Flash to John Navarre.
Anthony Thomas, Dave Terrell. So I was from that time here in the early 2000s. And obviously a lot's changed in storytelling, sports, and NIL, and all of it. But the power of the Block M continues, right? And it's cool to see this next generation of athletes really kind of put their own sauce on it.
Absolutely, and you've seen so many evolutions of Michigan, you early 2000s guy. What's your favorite generation of what Michigan football has like risen through?
You know, seeing the way that Team 144 persevered and were knocking on the door at 143 and 142, and to see JJ and Blake and that crew really come together for Coach Harbaugh. Like, that was a special time for our family. I'm sure, like you watched with family
growing
and friends.
up, the tradition.
You know, just those games were an incredible run that they recently went on. So they still hold a special place in the heart. But you know, I was really inspired by the Fab Five. I talk about it a lot on the lab. Those guys were so incredible and came on the scene with this, like, it just took over the sports conversation. It really inspired me as a young person, and then to now come back to campus and realize, it's kind of, I went to the school where those guys went. It's kind of cool. It makes me feel good. So
it's such a legacy too. Like, there's so many notable people that went to this school in so many different realms. Like in that, so SMTD, I was in the dance department. We had Madonna. She went there her freshman year, and I'm like, I'm literally standing in front of a chair that has Madonna's name on it. What is going on right now?
So what were some of your other classes that you took while you were here? What were some of the other courses that you really enjoyed?
I was a North Campus kid till I died. I was over there, and literally till I died, I'd be there at 8 a.m., and it was not fun. The bus system saved my life. But I was over there. I had dance literally until 6 p.m., and then that was my first semester freshman year. And then switching, I also have the communications degree. So literally right here, right to Angel Hall, like just this whole area, I pretty much just adapted as my second life. Absolutely.
It's awesome to be here with you for a shoot. I have been here for shoots over the past with some interesting folks. My friend Christopher Mintz-Plasse.
Oh, wow. Yeah, no, I do.
Yeah.
So you've had like,
we did a shoot right here, and it was a big crowd, and people were arguing about something in the world, and he got right in the mix with that. Came back once for a shoot with Yahoo, which was wild. Went to my old spot, Oasis Grill, where I used to make falafels.
No way.
Yeah,
no way.
I don't think it's there anymore.
I'm a Brown Jug girl. I was a server at Brown Jug for 4 years.
There you go.
Yeah, no, I loved it. And actually, this place is a little familiar to me, too.
Yeah.
I worked for the University of Michigan social media for a good 3 years of my career. So that Block M right there, we're all too accustomed.
A lot of shoots, a lot of interviews, a lot of women on the street.
I have to ask you, have you ever stepped on the M?
I have not stepped on the M.
That's so crazy.
No, I've never stepped on the M.
I've never stepped on it either. For videos, they'll ask me. I won't. I refuse.
No, we're not doing that.
Yeah, so if you guys don't know what that is, the M that's in the middle of the diag, you're not supposed to step on it. We'll walk you over there. You're not supposed to step on it, or you'll fail your first, or I think it's just any blue book
I think
exam.
I did that all on my own without having to step on the M. I think I had that covered, Angel.
Fair enough. I've had to retake 1 or 2 tests here too. What was your major?
I was an English major and a film minor. That was my path. But like I said, it was a time in my life where, there it is. Boom.
There's the M.
Yeah, we ain't touching that.
Hey, we're not touching that.
No, I'm not going to touch that.
Wait, FTVM was still a thing around then. That's not newer.
I took some really great film classes, which honestly, it's like I still think about, movies that I'll watch and I'll remember that we watched in those classes or things like that. And so, I don't know, it's been fun for me talking to the athletes about some of the classes they take, some of their areas of interest off the field or off the court. I'm always impressed by these men and women who play for Michigan athletics. They're so accomplished, and they're just so well spoken, and they're excited about what they're doing in life. Like, it's just been really, I don't know, I've been really taken by that.
I think that speaks to such the school that we are. Our athletes are well educated, and just our school system in general.
Passionate.
Like, if you play here, passionate, like in their sports, in their academics, it's just a well-rounded school in general. So you talked about the football. What, aside from football and basketball, did you love getting to watch growing up here and going to school here?
We had hockey tickets sometimes. That was always a good time. I always feel like hockey's better when you go to the arena than maybe watching on TV or following.
For sure.
But I know you said a lot of the hockey interviews have been doing well on TikTok, and you've been chatting with the hockey team.
These girls love the hockey players.
Those hockey bros. Watch out.
Oh, gosh.
Watch out with the hockey bros.
My kids, you know that trend where it's like, who would you not let date your daughter on the team? I'm choosing the whole whole team. But no, they're genuinely such good guys. They really get a whole different level of fame here aside from football. Like, people really love the hockey team, and they really are such great guys and so talented. Michigan, I mean, our hockey team has been great for years and years.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Going to the Frozen Four a few years back now.
Yeah, they're always in the national conversation.
Exactly.
And tons of NHL guys.
Yeah.
A guy from my high school baseball team who was a year older ended up playing baseball here as well. A guy named Dave Powell.
Okay.
So I was always kind of, keeping my eye on the baseball team and stuff.
I mean, I sit through all 4 hours of those games. I did Big Ten Plus here for a little bit, and so
I don't know what his real relationship is with the university. I know he pops up at games sometimes, and we got to get him on Champ Media. But I used to work with Derek Jeter at the Players Tribune.
Oh, no way! He literally was the one who spoke at my graduation. Commencement. That was awesome.
So the captain obviously has love for the University of Michigan and was a student here as well. So you asked what other sports I've been keeping tabs on. And I met Allison Jacobs this summer at a business conference.
So great, yeah.
She's killer on the volleyball team.
She's so good.
Doing her thing, so I've been keeping tabs on them. And Allison's really awesome too. She came up to me at a sports business conference this summer and was like, "Hey, I see the Block M hat. What's up? I'm Allison. I want to come on Champ Media." So there's a lot of sports obviously that are, have a lot of really impressive and dynamic young athletes who are student athletes who are part of them outside of the football team.
Absolutely. So whenever you come back to Ann Arbor, I mean, the podcast we're doing today is A2. You probably have a lot of students that are getting ready to leave and have a lot of questions going into the real world. What's the best advice you could give as an alumni who left Michigan and started their real career and went on to the big C as a little fish coming out of college, genuinely?
Tap into the power of the Block M. There are a lot of great alumni out there in whatever area of the industry or area of the world you're interested in. So tap into the Block M. Use it as a connection point to make new friends, to reach out and network or find opportunities in the area of field that you're passionate about. But also too, I'll just say it's like the things that you do here can really have real world application, and you can take advantage of the time here to study things that you're really interested in pursuing when you leave here.
Yeah.
So try not to just use it as a time to get whatever credits you need, but find some classes and some courses that will absolutely stay with you in the years to come. I mean, for me, I covered film as in Los Angeles for many years, and as a journalist and critic, and covering festivals and stuff. And a lot of the film classes I took here at Michigan,
taught you so
I would tap into when I would interview different actors or filmmakers. So I don't know, and I think you did the same thing when you were here, right?
Yeah.
You're talking about classes that you took that really kind of stay with you in the years afterwards.
Absolutely. And not even I think for me, especially being in the dance program and communications, it was the classes, but it was the people I sat around. Those are the people who, hey, I run into you on the street, you're wearing the Michigan hat. Wait, we were in the same comm class? Oh, you're working for this person. I want to work for this person who has relation. That's what I always come back to saying, the network and alumni base here is so strong. And it's just so special too. Genuinely, like I said, guy across the street, go blue. I'm I don't know you, but go blue.
So true.
Genuinely,
so true.
I love it.
Happens all over the world, airports especially. But I would imagine some of those alum you're talking about that you've been able to network and connect with are guests on your podcast. Tell me about what you're working on.
Yes, so I actually have a podcast aside from Champ Media, and I've collabed the two. I love them both. It's called Sports Heaven with Angel, where I've actually gotten to meet so many different athletes and alumni through going to school here and working with things such as Champ Media. And I've gotten to have recently, I had Lamar Woodley on, legend at Michigan on the football team. And you talked about the Fab Five. Jalen Rose is actually coming on. I worked with his daughter with this drink company for Steph Curry, who was also on a little sneak peek of the podcast.
Okay, cool.
So, genuinely, I don't think, just so many people reach out to me and DM me and ask me, how do I get to this spot? What classes do you take? And just say yes to everything, even if it's not the classes, it's the people that you're around that are gonna, you know what I mean? And especially in this day and age, it's so hard because there's a price tag on everything, and everybody that's come on my podcast has been a friend who just wants to come and speak and give advice and shed light. So definitely a lot less things to work around when you're not paying people and there's not LLC and everything else. But
I always like to say you're probably 2 phone calls away from anybody, right? You just got to get creative. You got to get off the couch. You got to get out in the world, get off the algorithm in the timeline, and go out there. meet people, introduce yourself. You know, as you get older, you start to go to events where, especially nowadays, everybody's just glued to their phone. And it's like, hey, go up to somebody. I see you rocking the Block M. My name is Ben. I was there for the John Navarre years. He was the quarterback when you were there. And next thing you know, you're on the golf course. Next thing you know, you know, you're creating something. So I've seen it happen. And yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, and you talked a little about NIL. And also the social media as well. How have you seen with the progression of time of NIL and of social media that it's really just like helped or hurt the world in terms of sports?
It's a whole new world. It's incredible. I think it's an opportunity for these men and women to go out there and provide for their families, to go out there and pursue what they're passionate about. We had Trey McKinney on The Lab, freshman basketball player.
I loved that. I love that. Go watch that now. Such a good episode.
He talks about his passion for coffee, and now we're going to be doing some coffee reviews in New York City. And you know, and soon something tells me that guy's going to have coffee investment in the next 18 months or whatever. But I just think it's cool that these men and women who bring so much attention to the university, who sell so much merch here at the store, can now participate in that, can now, you know, find the things that they're passionate about to explore further. So I just think back to, I mean, we talk about it on our show, the Fab Five and what those guys would have earned here in Ann Arbor.
Wow.
It's absolutely crazy. I think about it often. But I love it, really, genuinely, Angel, like I just now in the store over here, like to see Chris Webber's jersey for sale and to know he's participating in that from where those guys came from, like that is awesome to me. And I think speaks volumes to just how much the world around college athletics has changed.
They've left such a legacy at Michigan. I know the money was never there, but I feel like they really were the stepping points, and they walked so that people like Trey and like Bryce Underwood could run, genuinely. And I have to go back. You talked about coffee. You love coffee. I mean, there's no place better besides New York. I'm sure you guys have good coffee, but in Ann Arbor, I'm such a coffee person, and we have really good coffee here.
Yeah, what are your spots?
I was going to ask you, what's your favorite spot? I'm a big Black Diesel girl. It's like right down the way. It's on the outskirt of like on campus. But Ondo as well. I think it used to be called Ann Arbor Roasting Company before.
Yeah, that one has a new sign from when I was here, but I feel like that was a go-to spot.
It's so good. Pastries, drinks, like the whole shebang. I really love their coffee.
My first job on air was on MTV. At the time was a real, you know,
MTV was so sick back in the day.
My first interviews were Angelina Jolie, Will Smith, and Jack Black. So it was like,
that's a hell of a lineup.
Go figure it out. Yeah. You know?
They don't tell you. It's so hard with television, too. They probably don't tell you what to do. They're like, oh, you're hired. Figure it out.
Yeah, I learned a lot, even from the short time with them. So then moved to LA, started working for the E! Network, and then I was kind of like off to the races after that. Yeah.
That's so cool.
No, it's just like,
I'll be that.
Working with you for 20 minutes and hearing your story and listening to, you know, the way you ask questions, you're going to be doing this for the rest of your life.
Thank you.
If you want to, you know.
Yeah, I just like talking.
That's what my lady says all the time. She's like, you just love to talk about stuff.
Yeah.
I can't imagine sitting and talking about a football game for an hour. How do you do that?
It's so fun. You learn so much about the person you're talking to, and you learn more about the sport, honestly.
But no, it's interesting with these athletes, you know, obviously there's so much focus on just performing on the field and on the court. And the ones who lean into storytelling, lean into sharing certain parts of their life, like seem to have a lot of success with it.
It's so interesting for me too, because when I started here, I mean, I knew what I wanted to do, but I think I built relationships within athletics before actually being like, oh, I'm going to use those. It was just, I was clinging to being around athletes because I danced here in the beginning of my career, and then I just always stay close. So now being as close as I am with some of them, a good amount of them is so weird, hearing the behind the scenes stuff that I'm not allowed to talk about, and then like seeing them like in front of the TV, or I wonder why they did this or why they were feeling this way. I'm like, I know, but I can't say.
For sure.
Yeah, no, it's so interesting watching them. They're such great people. My friend actually, he's last year was the president. He moved. He works for United Talent Agency in LA. And our whole friend group was like a mix of artists and
creatives.
Creatives, exactly. They're actually doing, my friend, he wanted to go to culinary school, decided to become an engineer instead, and now works with music as well. they're having a DJ set while he makes his breakfast sandwiches called the bacon or the egg.
What am I in Brooklyn? I thought I was in Ann Arbor.
So,
what are you talking about? Built
Absolutely.
a real community and have connection with a lot of those people.
Yeah.
That's incredible. You
Yeah.
know? So,
Thank you.
Yeah. You're able to really build and continue to find ways to connect with them further through media, through culture, through art, through whatever it is you want to do.
Do you feel like you already kind of like had a grasp on wanting to do that, or did that come later when you worked in LA and understood it more?
I knew when I was here I had a love for film, I had a love for sports, I had a love for culture and media. I worked at the radio station a little bit. I didn't know what the path would be. I just knew that I had to go out and figure it out, you know? And I think you're well beyond where I was at that stage of my life and career, and have built like a really cool community.
Thank you.
And that's
I appreciate that.
You should be very proud of. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I think it's like always just seeing like the people above you, and like not even
it's
just
not
like
above. There's no above. It's
I
just
think
like
the older generation, I feel like I have such like a love to like see how they did it without the tools that we have now.
The way we did it is broken now. It doesn't exist now.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair. Platforms or shows or way you would have to wait for somebody to say, yes, you can do this. Yes, you can go there and cover that event. Or you don't have to do that anymore.
So
you go on your phone and you go and you tell stories directly to your audience. You have to wait for somebody to say, yes, you can. So it's a whole different ballgame now, which is exciting, you know? And I mean, you just got to go out there and get it.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, that's to you guys too. just go get it.
Well, I appreciate hanging out and chatting and catching up, and it's great to meet you in real life. I've been watching all your content and stuff.
Yes, thank you. You as well.
Yeah.
I mean, as you guys know who this is and
come
all
on.
the things he's done, I mean, we're just happy to have you on my podcast.
Go Blue.
Go Blue. Thank you.
No doubt.
You're watching Champ Media.